Full continuum community, active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Hack yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire, but to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, Brookfield South, and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you were like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, Hack yeah, with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com, that's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
Spring is here, and living with your old, drafty, foggy, dirty, hard-to-open, bad windows is no longer an option. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This hour of Unsportsmanlike is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes and keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. nealgroup.net.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
I have been thinking quite a bit since the news came out yesterday. And Bob Harlan passing away at the age of 89. And there are a lot of different directions to dive into, and I think we're going to hit probably all of them here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. But, of course, we've got somebody who, worked for Bob Harlan, knew Bob Harlan and Chewy. But Bob Harlan's impact, Chew, was such that he ends up having an impact on so many lives. He's one of those people that has so many impacts on so many lives. Obviously, Packer fans, but I just think of our show specifically. Like, if Bob Harlan does not become the president of the Green Bay Packers, if Bob Harlan wasn't the man that he was in turning that franchise around, like, ultimately, I don't know if this show exists. Because I don't know if you end up, if he doesn't hire Ron Wolf, I don't know if you're in Green Bay. I don't know if you win a Super Bowl in 1996, a 3-time Pro Bowler. And that ultimately impacts us here at ESPN Milwaukee, 40 years after the fact of him becoming, 35 years after the fact of him being, becoming that team president. And the amount of impact that he has on Wisconsin sports and the landscape in general, obviously the Packers, is just, it's so big when you start to think about it.
Well, you could say the same thing for Tausch.
Yeah, 100%.
Might not be 100%. Two of these shows.
Yeah. All we've got is KBN. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's Strofe.
He was just, he's one of those guys, and you meet a handful in your life that are just like, he's the nicest man. And he's always been the nicest man. I've never heard, since I've been affiliated with the team since '92, I've never heard anyone say a disparaging thing about the man. Everyone just loves him.
Which is incredible to be in the position that he was. Because think about, again, ultimately, and we had our fun with his successor, with Mark Murphy.
Yes.
We enjoyed making fun of Mark and a lot of the things that he would do, stepping in it, calling Aaron Rodgers an interesting fella, doing what he, breaking team news on the WIAA State Girls Basketball broadcast. And we would have fun doing that. Again, and he did a good job. Mike Murphy ultimately did a good job being the president of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And you love Mike Holmgren. I've heard you say disparaging things about Holmgren before.
Yeah.
And for him to hold that position and to be held in the esteem that he is, it is a testament to who he was as a man.
But the one thing about Bob is he never micromanaged anyone around him, beneath him. And, Murphy did.
Oh, 100%.
Murphy, he wanted to be in charge. And he did, like you said, he did a fine job, but he stepped in it every now and then and changed the structure of how football operations work. I'll run. And I've told a story a million times. When I went there in '92, we had better facilities at Boston College.
Oh, you've told the stories of not even just the
one
facilities.
Jock for two practices, one T-shirt for two practices.
Yeah, just the equipment.
The pads. I had a 66 underneath my pads. I assume Ray Nitschke wore them. That's how old they were. It's just terrible.
You should have held on to those, Chew. Those would be worth something today.
But then in comes Bob Harlan, and all he would say to Ron or Mike is, "What do you need? What do you need?" And then things really started to change. It wasn't one big change. It was this one year followed by that the next year. And I was blown away because I'm like, he always wanted to give the team whatever they needed to succeed. Like, we had a nice new weight room, right? Renovated. They tore it down the next year to build a better one. And it was just, he's the one that started the family programs.
Yep.
Back in the day, he just wanted it to be a first-class organization, which he did. And, to what you said early on, if he never hires Ron Wolf, who knows where this thing may. There would be no Brett Favre.
And convince Ron Wolf.
Good chance there'd be no Reggie White.
Oh, 100%.
But you know what? And Gabe, as quickly as we did it, you like to give credit to Ron, and you like to give credit to Mike, and you like to give credit to the players. But the man that green-lighted it was Bob Harlan.
Yep. So you have all of that. So he's responsible for that. But still then, the team, and again, we talk about it now, Chew, I feel pretty close to guaranteeing when they get together for the shareholders meeting in July, that rainy day fund's going to be up over $600 million.
Yeah.
Right, like this team now is in such an unbelievable place financially. The Packers leaving Green Bay doesn't seem like it's ever a possibility, but it was a possibility despite you guys winning a Super Bowl, despite you guys having the success that you did in the 90s. They needed to renovate Lambeau Field in the early 2000s. And it wasn't easy. And what did Bob do? He went door to door.
Yeah.
He met with guys in factories. He was going to diners at night to make sure that the renovation of Lambeau Field happened. If that doesn't pass, because again, at that point, the Packers did need the taxpayer money. They needed $165 million of taxpayer money. Because again, it's not like the owner had it. They've got the money that it's not like it is now, where they could have just taken $165 million out of the $600 that they have and made the renovations themselves. No, they needed the help from the community. They needed the community to save the team once again, and he was able to convince them to do it by getting that $165 million. If that renovation does not pass, Chew, I don't know if the Packers are in Green Bay.
They're still there, yeah.
I honestly don't, because the Packers, with the way that Lambeau was, and as nostalgic as I can be for that tin can of a stadium of what it was, because that was the first place I ever went to a game, it needed to be updated. And the NFL could have stepped in at some point and said, no, you guys can't keep going on like this. We're going to move you to a place that's going to build you a real stadium. And because of Bob, that didn't happen. And because they got the renovation then, that helped set them up for the success of the boom of the television era right now of the NFL with the TV deals and the amount of money that the Packers make, where that's never going to be an issue ever again. And again, you can trace that back to one single person. Mm-hmm. And that traces back to Bob.
Yeah, and when Bob left, that was the end of the family atmosphere. Because all our offices in the old building, when I played, was all intertwined. It was like sometimes, and you'd see Bob in the hallway. Sometimes you had to go down by his office to sign a W-2 or something like that, or Mike Reinfeld's office, who was the Russ Ball.
Hold on, that's just funny to me. Like, of course you have to sign a W-2, like you're working. But an NFL player signing a W-2 is just a hilarious concept in my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
But then if you had to sign a contract, Gabe, then sure. Mike Reinfeld's office was right down from Bob Harlan's. When he left, the family atmosphere kind of went with it, and that's why I didn't like it. And I understand it. The NFL's huge business; it's corporate. But now it's like you would, as a player, I believe, just from my seeing the lay of the land, have no business going where the administrative part is. I mean, I'd see Bob in the football area just going to get a sandwich because they brought the coach's lunch. And he'd always stop and say, "Hey, how you doing? How's your family doing?" He'd always, and even after I played, he would always check in to see how things were. But with him leaving his position, so with it went the family atmosphere. Because we knew Kate Hogan ran the pro shop for I don't know how long. Mark Wagner, ticket office, LaFawn, secretary, front desk. We knew all those people. Now I don't know if they do.
Yeah, because you said it's more corporate. But again, that's what happens when you got $600 million in the kitty.
Yeah.
It becomes less of the family. It becomes more of the corporate atmosphere.
Yeah.
But again,
we used to have, I'm trying to think if even Bob came to Pub Club one time. Because we had Pub Club. I told you about Pub Club every Thursday.
Yep.
Anyone in the building was invited.
But there was one
at
rule.
The same place, 5:30, and anyone could show up. And they would. Sometimes a janitor, or sometimes the grounds people, or the trainers would always go,
I'm willing to bet that Bob showed up at least once.
Yeah.
Just to say hi to the people. Just to say hi to you guys.
Yeah. You think they do that anymore?
No, I don't think head policy is showing up to Pub Club.
I don't think the players are doing Pub Club.
I don't think so. But that was the nice thing about it.
I do think beyond the very important thing of saving the Packers, keeping them here, Bob Harlan also set the precedent for letting football people do football stuff.
Yes.
100%.
Getting the board out of it. He not only set the Packers up to remain here, but he then set them up to be successful and a competitive and competent franchise. I believe Jason's talked about prior when they were talking about trades and signing players, and they would go to the board, and the board could approve. He had Ron Wolf leave the room and said, "What are we doing here? We have to give Ron Wolf the ability to make these decisions." And that has now set the precedent moving forward of the football people do football stuff and the business people do business stuff. And that has been largely what has made the Packers grow into what they are now as a largely competitive and competent franchise that is regularly in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Bob never wanted credit. And I'm not saying, the presidents now and Pat wanted credit. But Bob was always like, no. It's the players and the coaches. I didn't have anything to do. No, look at the GM. Always passed it along because he never wanted credit, which he deserves a ton.
Yeah. But again, I think that speaks to the type of guy he was, right? Because he deserves, as we've discussed for the past 10 minutes, a ton of credit. Yeah. And I know I'm willing to bet anything that Jason's going to bring this up, because I've heard Jason talk about it. He talked about it in the piece that he had on Channel 3000 and Channel 3 last night on TV about in the foreword of a book that Jason wrote, 4 or 5 years ago. I guess it was 6 years ago at this point. I think it came out in 2020. In the foreword, Bob gives credit to Ron Wolf, Mike Holmgren, and to Brett Favre, to Reggie White. But he doesn't give the credit to himself.
Yeah.
None of those people were able to do what they did without Bob. And yes, Chew, I am always somebody that is going to give a lot of the credit to the players, to you guys. Like I think a lot more credit and blame goes to the players on the field because it's up to them because they're the ones out there playing. But you guys need to be set up for success. And to Josh's point, that's exactly what Bob did.
And I'll give you another one, Gabe, that he does not get credit for. Okay, so when I came there in 1992, we had a place, it was called the Barn. And it was literally a barn. It was our indoor facility.
Okay.
Right? Old, crappy, just blah. And it was only 60 yards long. Right? You couldn't punt in there. You could barely kick in there.
Yeah.
And you can't run a deep route. How do you run a deep route with just 60 yards of field?
Well, I mean, in fairness, before Brett, I don't know how many guys they had that could throw the ball that far.
Fair. So in 93, he has plans to build the Hudson Center. Now, I know you got to go back to 93, and a lot of people can't because they weren't even born.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing was state of the art. That was the best indoor facility in all of football. It was, you could go, I think it was 100 and something yards long, and then a cross field went another 70 yards long. And it was a training room, weight room. You had heaters, so when we'd go to Tampa Bay, you could crank the heat up in there. It had a sound system, so when you go to Dallas and Minnesota, you can practice crowd noise. It was state of the art. And no one ever gave him credit for that. And that's 93.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
And I'm sure, Chew, he never wanted credit for it.
He didn't. Yeah.
Because that was to him just doing his job, whatever he had to do to make sure you guys had the success.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go in there, Gabe, in the off season, take a wedgie, and just start hitting 120-yard shots. Would let my kids run around. The thing was always open until I broke a light, and I'm like, damn it, do I tell anybody?
Did you? Oh, wait. I don't think you did. Until now. You just finally, you told on yourself 30 years later.
I tried to get a bird in there.
Blame the bird?
Yeah, blame. Well, what else are you going to blame, Gabe? I never got in trouble for it, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a theme for a lot of these stories that you tell, Chew.
Yeah.
that you always escaped scot-free. But he is someone that, like you said, Chew, there's a lot of Packer fans that don't realize everything that he did for the franchise, right? Because they're too young, they don't remember, they don't realize it wasn't that long ago where this team was actually in financial trouble. And he provided the base for all of it. We'll continue to talk about Bob Harlan. I'm sure Jason Wilde will have plenty of great memories to share. Jason typically joins us next. He is not. He is going to be joining us at 8 o'clock. So he'll be sharing more Bob Harlan stories with us at 8 o'clock when he joins us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. More Jen, Gabe, and
Not
Chewy
looking too bad right
up
now if you could actually see the roads. That's really the only issue that we've got is the fog. Right now, our delays through the stadium have eased up. So have the ones on northbound 41. No other incidents really up on the board. Everything seems to be rolling along fine. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin. Otherwise, rounds of rain and thunderstorms. Some afternoon thunderstorms could be strong to severe today. A high of 58 at the lakefront, 65 inland. Tonight, showers and storms, cloudy and windy with lows of 56. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway. Play Georgia Golf Club for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by March 31st. Sign up now at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall, home to your one-stop must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We will have more reaction to the passing of former Packers president Bob Harlan. Jason Wilde going to be joining us at 8 o'clock. Craig Karmazin going to be joining us in about 10 minutes as well. But the NFL, Chew, it just never stops moving. It's always moving forward. If you are somebody who is potentially hoping that Tyler Biadasz would be making his way back to the state of Wisconsin, the former center for the Washington Commanders, he signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Chargers. So he is able to sign that deal because he was released, so he doesn't have to wait for free agency to begin, because technically he's looked at as a street free agent. I thought that would be, Chewy, somebody attractive for the Packers, just because, again, that doesn't offset your compensatory pick compensation. However, he is going to the Chargers on a deal I don't think the Packers were going to ever pay at 3 years, $30 million.
Was that too rich for their blood?
Probably.
Again,
that coming from Ian Rappaport.
Gabe, there's a couple other centers that got released. I think Tennessee's center got released.
Mm-hmm. Lloyd Cushenberry, one of the best names in the NFL.
That is a good name. Solid.
That'd be so fun to say. Oh, man, Cushenberry played great today.
I don't really want him to draft a center, though. It's too much of a crapshoot, because the centers they drafted just haven't worked out. Right?
Some have, some haven't.
Myers, what was Myers?
Myers was a third-round pick.
I just don't see him spending a second on the center. You know? That's a position where you grab a guy, well, obviously.
He was a second-round pick, excuse me. Josh Myers was a second-round pick.
And they didn't love him. He was a one one contract guy.
Yeah.
Which I think was a mistake because they should have brought him back because their offensive line was fine with him.
The mistake was the perennial All-Pro that got drafted right after him.
That hurts.
Who's that?
Creed Humphrey.
Yeah. It stings.
Same position,
Yep.
same everything.
Just went one spot after.
Uh-huh.
So you think they're going to just bring Ryan back?
I have no idea, Chew. I have been a proponent of bringing back Ryan. Again, depending upon what the deal is, right? If it's a low-end deal, $5 million a year, I think you could still draft a center if you want. Again, not necessarily early, but if there's somebody you like, just bring in competition. And even if Ryan loses that job, well, now you've got your backup on the interior. I'm okay with paying $5 million for some depth on the offense. You know what I'm saying? On the offensive line, like that's worth it to me. But it kind of depends upon what Ryan thinks he can get. And I'm curious. I bet he's curious to see what he can get because he does have some versatility of playing the two guard spots in center.
Yeah, but my guess is he's going to get paid as a guard, right?
Probably. I'm guessing if he goes elsewhere, it would probably to play guard, yes. And then be like a backup center. Yeah. Like break glass in case of emergency type situation.
Are we out on Jacob Monk?
It doesn't matter if we're out on him. I don't know if the Packers are in on him.
Hard to say. I haven't seen much of his stylings.
But because also they haven't put him in there.
Correct.
So that tells me something too, Chew.
Yeah.
The fact that they decided, we got to shift Sean Ryan over to center after Elton Jenkins gets hurt.
I mean, after 2 years in the NFL, this day and age, you should know what
See
you
what he
have
did there, Josh? You got in his head.
What?
Well, you said in this day and age.
Well, it's true.
Because Josh had pointed out earlier in the week that the way that you love to give up on players on rookie contracts, you today would have given up on yourself, the player, if you were going today.
Correct. No, I would have. They're not that patient today. They don't have to be because college.
Those just are so few and far between at this time. You don't have 4 years to figure it out.
No. So I don't know. What's Josh? You're the draft geek here. What's the center market?
Not great.
So you're not going to find someone to step in off the street and play unless maybe he's a second round pick. You're not taking a third rounder.
Yeah. I haven't been as into the draft as early as usual, other than like the top 15 guys
Does the Packers not having a first round pick kind of factor into that?
I have seen there are two centers that would likely be in the Packers range in the second and third round if they were interested in it, but there's sort of not. Nobody really agrees which one's better or how good they might actually end up being.
I mean, I know this is going to come as a shock to everybody with Brian Balaga, Iowa, but Brian Balaga from Iowa loves the Iowa Center.
Yes.
He's a big fan of the. Is that one of the two guys you're talking about?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's just a matter of do people think they can be instant contributors? In years past, there's been like a handful of guys centers where they're like, maybe this is even a first round pick. We remember Graham Barton.
Yeah.
There is no guys like that. They're all sort of mid round.
Chewy, I got a question.
Yes.
How come when we're talking about Cam Thomas and I bring up his shot chart, I get the weed whacker? And yet he can bring up Graham Barton, a random center, and he doesn't get weed whackered.
You know why?
Because he's in control.
Controls the board.
I'm just saying. Like I dive in on Bucks, and I get declared. Oh, Gabe's too in the weeds on the Bucks, and here we got Josh going into deep dives of drafts from a couple of years ago.
The weed whacker sound was invented because you had gone deep on a player who I don't know if is still in the NBA right now.
And no one really cares about the NBA. There are people that actually care about what Josh is. They have no idea what the hell he's talking about, but as long as it's football, they're like, well, yeah, Josh, he's 100% right. So we could say that the kid from Iowa that's leaving Baltimore is a pipe dream. That ain't happening.
Especially after Biotis just got 3 years, $30 million.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that contract's going to be at for Linderbaum.
I saw some ideas of what he might get, and the contract had a $90 million attached to it. So.
Did it really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Good for that guy.
Yeah. Well, when there's not good options out there, guess what happens to your price? Much like Malik Willis's.
Yep.
Just goes up.
But that's not, you know what? That's another screw up because they should have just signed Myers to a cheap deal.
And it makes me wonder if again, Sean Ryan sticking around is an actual option. It seems like everybody's kind of felt like it's a foregone conclusion. I don't know if it can be, Chew, because with the market, again, somebody who was just released from his team just got $30 million, got $10 million a year. The top of the market's going to be incredibly high because there aren't a ton of centers on the open market.
Yeah, but, Sean Ryan's a guy, Gabe, that hasn't really been loved here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fair?
Fair. Very fair.
He might say, hey, you know what? It's time for me to get a fresh start. Packers are offering to match this deal that I got, but I just feel it's time to move on.
But he might not even go back and offer the match, right? Like, once you're a free agent, you can just go out there and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his O-line coach called him fat, overweight. They tried to replace him or not play him at every opportunity, and then
he was in the rotation.
And then he just continued to prove that he deserved to be on the field, and he was always one of the 5 best. So if he doesn't have positive feelings about the guy that kept around Adam Stenavich and goes, why would I go back there? I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah. I think offensive and maybe we're going to figure this out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. But I think I've been trying to ring this bell. The offensive line's a bigger issue than we want to think.
Oh, yeah. I think they need free agency and the draft.
But the other thing is now they're chasing the Bears, too, because the Bears need a center. Their guy just retired.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I think the Bears just got some sticker price shock, too. Because, they just freed up a bunch of cap space with some of the moves they just made. They cut Tremaine Edwards, their center, or excuse me, their linebacker, traded DJ Moore at wide receiver. So that opened up a bunch of space. But I think they've got their eyes on bigger prizes. They thought that their offensive line was settled. And now that's a big pivot that they've got to make, especially if that's going to be the market for centers. Going to be worth keeping an eye on. Craig Karmazin joining us next year on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But WTMJ is throwing strikes for a cause, and you're invited. Bowling for Babies is Saturday, March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls, raising funds for the Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Put together a team of 4. Hit the lanes. Registration is $170 per team. Do we know who's replacing Jen? Because Jen was supposed to be on one of these teams.
I might be out there bowling, rolling some stones.
Oh, you're the replacement?
No, for a different team. I got the call up.
Oh,
in the righty
on the Scafidi team?
Yes.
Oh boy, Team Scafidi. Just as long as Ben doesn't win, I think that's. I know it's going to be tough.
Yeah, he's a good bowler.
He is a good bowler, but I'm rooting for anybody any team that doesn't have Ben on it. But all proceeds and fees benefit the Milwaukee Diaper Mission. If you want in, again, it's your last chance. Text the word baby, BABY, to the WTMJ talk and text line, which is 855-616-1620. We also have the QR code up on our YouTube page right now. It's happening tomorrow. Bowling for Babies. Let's bowl and help families who need it.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, westbound 94, still a little bit tight right through the stadium interchange. Not too bad, just past Mitchell Boulevard, really. The eastbound side's just starting to get heavier from 70th Street to Hawley Road. The rest of the system still looking pretty good. No other real incidents to worry about. Just make sure you're safe with that fog. It's the visibility is not great. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. A dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin. Otherwise, rounds of rain and thunderstorms. Some afternoon thunderstorms could be strong to severe today. A high of 58 at the lakefront, 65 inland. Tonight, showers and storms, cloudy and windy with lows of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick.
Your email said you had a big surprise.
Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for.
Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
WMLW is the broadcast home of the Milwaukee Bucks. With 8 select games you can watch for free on Broadcast Channel 49.1. The Utah Jazz roll into Milwaukee for a Western Conference showdown Saturday night at 6:30 on WMLW The M. It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No.
Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one champion.
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. Or the AI Chewy can just bring up championship. We don't even need Chewy.
They've had one championship.
What, it's going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah. Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
We always love catching up with Good Karma Brands founder and CEO Craig Karmazin on Fridays. His appearances are brought to you by Saturn Lounge. Good morning, Craig. What's happening?
Good morning, guys.
How much interaction did you have with Bob Harlan?
0.
You never met Bob?
No, I met him maybe once or twice,
okay,
but didn't know him at all. I think about it as a parent, how much, your legacy is your children, and got to know a bunch of his kids and grandkids over the years. The best, being Kevin Harlan, because he's in the industry as a broadcaster. And like when you think about, when I describe who gets ahead in this business, I tend to say, like, you got to be really talented, but being a good person really matters. And Kevin Harlan is like one of the examples I use on that. So I never really got to know Bob well, but getting to see his family and the legacy of that, tells the story.
Have you ever heard a bad word about him, Craig?
No.
You know a lot.
Yeah. No.
Never.
I mean, you think about the way he was respected in that community and the way I think his was the last of the era that really, totally did view the team as owned by the people.
Mm-hmm.
And it still is used by the team and it's community owned. And the fact that Green Bay, Wisconsin has a pro football team is still a bizarre thing, because communities that size all had pro football teams initially and they all left. And the fact that the Packers are still here is because of the whole community arrangement and all that. But I think he really took that to heart. And the stories you would hear of how he would interact with individuals from the community. And, by the way, I think it continued, right? You would joke about the responses to emails that would be in the Packers newsletter, from the last Packers president, right? And so I do think they took it seriously, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for truly making it a team owned by the people.
What's going on with our Bucks?
I mean, it's not surprising, unfortunately.
I mean, it's a little surprising.
I mean, has this team been consistent at all this year?
No, but losing. I mean,
right,
it was almost a celebration. The fact they lost by less than 20 the other night.
Right, it's like okay, we're playing well. We win 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
we're playing well in Chicago. All of a sudden, the offense leaves in the fourth quarter, and then
really started its exit in the third quarter.
Yeah,
as well.
The Celtics game ends up awful in the second half. The Hawks game, not a lot of defense in the first half, but a great offense in the first half, and then it all goes away in the second half. So it's been 3 bad games in a row, 2 of which, are since Giannis is back. And I think the positive is you look at how good Giannis has looked in those games. And so I think the team has been an inconsistent team this year, and it's no surprise that they've been inconsistent over the last 15 games.
But
this team's won 8 of the last 15 games.
Yeah, it's not great when your star player who just came back is asking after the game, hey, you have to ask yourself, what are you playing for?
Yeah,
that's not a great spot to be when you're trying to chase down and get into a play-in.
Well, Giannis brought it up, right? He hasn't been chasing for a playoff spot since Jason Kidd's first year.
Yeah,
right? When the team ended up in the 6th spot, Jason Kidd ends up as coach of the year. We lose to the Bulls in 6. Giannis gets ejected from the last game of that series.
For tackling Mike Dunleavy Jr.
We lose by 50 at home, in a game 6 after winning a game 5 in Chicago. That's a decade ago now, right? And so the fact that Giannis is back leading a team that's 9 games under 500, that's now 5 games out of the play-in, it's a different situation. And so I think Giannis is being honest, as he always is, and saying you have to think about what to play for and how good this team is going to have to be to catch the Hawks or to catch maybe the Miami Heat. I don't think you're catching the Hornets right now from behind.
No, the way that they've been playing now.
And you worry with as many teams are tanking, are there enough losses on these other teams' schedules to actually catch them? So I think what you need to see is the Bucks rattle off 8 out of 9, like they did, leading into the All-Star break.
So what does Doc retiring at the end of the season mean for Giannis's future?
I know Stephen A. Smith mentioned that. Has anyone else commented on that?
No, that is Stephen A. has been the lone reporter who has put that out there.
Yep, and I have the deepest respect for Stephen A., so I'm not denying it's true, but there's no way I'm going to think about how anything's going to, I think so much air has been spent on Giannis and where he's going to go. And what Giannis has continued to do is be a Milwaukee Buck who plays at an MVP level every night. So I don't think to contemplate how that, could change things makes any sense at this point.
What are the Brewers going to do on opening day? Is it going to be Miz? As we talk with Craig Karmazin.
I don't know. I would ask you that. I'd ask the Brewers that. How do I know?
Well, you're a big Brewers guy, too.
No, I love the Brewers, but I'm saying, I don't know. They don't tell me who they're starting. I have no idea.
Well, there's more likelihood that somebody tells you who they're going to start versus me.
Yeah.
Does he deserve to start?
Does Miz deserve? No, I don't think. I think Miz may have been the best pitcher in the
in the postseason.
In the postseason,
well,
so.
Him or Chad Patrick. Chad Patrick was also electric in the postseason.
Totally.
But.
So I don't think I don't think it'd be as entertainment value biased as him making the All-Star game was.
Sure.
Which I loved, but it was clearly biased toward the entertainment value and Major League Baseball being smart and jumping on something that was exciting. I think there's actually a legitimate, fair justification based on his performance in the postseason last year and the expectations around him if he were to start on opening day.
Is that, Gabe, there's not a seniority type thing? Like when it comes to being a captain, right?
Sure. Well,
yeah, I mean, they're not going to give a second-year guy the captain's jersey, even though he's better.
But Chewy, I think you're right, though. I think it's more of a pressure that you're putting on a guy by starting him on opening day. You're then saying, we're expecting you to be our ace all season long when you haven't pitched a full season of Major League Baseball or even truly minor league baseball in terms of how many innings he's ever pitched.
But the crazy part is, if Woody starts the year on IL, because they're slowly bringing him along, and he has said he wants to be, and it makes sense, right? He wants to be pitching in those high leverage moments in September and October, and they're putting together a plan that he does that. Quinn Priester, dealing with the wrist issue, seems to be some kind of mystery of how they're going to go. They're getting another opinion on it. After you get past those two, Chew, if we're talking about seniority, Miz probably has the most seniority in terms of being a starting pitcher, because Chad Patrick was mostly out of the bullpen when he threw last year, and then you're going to be filling in the back part of the rotation with other guys that are incredibly young, whether that's Logan Henderson, Robert Gasser, one of the guys that you picked up in the number of trades that you had, Harrison, Sproat, like these guys. Like so Miz, if we're talking about, he might be the most veteran.
Ultimately, you do feel good about a lot of these arms, and especially the way we've seen the Brewers use them. So do you think Priester's not there opening day? Like, you don't think he's back?
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
The way that they're talking, and if you're getting a second, we're less than 3 weeks away from opening day.
Yeah. So if it's not Priester,
then it's got to be Miz.
Then I feel like if Miz is healthy, it is Miz.
Yeah, and he made his debut against Great Britain the other day as all those WBC teams were making their way around camp. So I think it's going to be Miz.
Yeah.
It's the only way it makes sense. Have you shared your thoughts on the Alex Strofe? He took off. He went viral. As somebody that Chewy has kind of put through the ringer over the years as well, for being again, his term, NARP.
Yep.
He also called you a schluber.
Yes.
I believe that is one of the words that Chewy has used to describe you.
But he quit on me. Craig quit on me because I had him this close. And our goal was 135, right, Craig?
Yeah, so I lifted this morning, and I work out with a trainer 3 days a week. I don't have a typical bench, so I just have, like, individual, like, barbells.
Yeah.
So, like, this morning, I do 10 reps at 90, which I do a few times with like a 45 in each hand. And then I do some reps at 100, where it's like 50 in each hand. But
which is tougher.
Chewy, I still have not tried since we were doing it back 5 years ago to put up 135. So I still don't know that I could put up 135.
Well, but we know you can. I mean, if you're doing 45s in each hand, 50s in each hand, you're getting up 95.
Weren't you at
no
125, Craig, or 120?
Yeah. I got up to I think I got up to 125 right before COVID, right before the COVID, and I 135 I pushed up, but I didn't get it up like to where it needed to be to count.
Wait, so is Chewy's recollection of this? Is it factual? You quit?
I didn't. Well.
You quit on Chewy?
No, Gabe, hold on. He didn't quit. He wouldn't do the necessary thing to get him over the hump. Now, Strofe, on the other hand, hold on. Strofe texted me the other day and said he'll go as far as it takes. And I said, I don't want to be a part of that.
Here's the thing. I don't think that's true for Strofe. He has asked for people's help, and then he has not showed up to the workouts. That's the most disappointing thing of the whole thing to me. Like, you're asking for help and then not showing up.
My biggest question is this. Chewy, does that, for you, if someone's really like analytical and smart about sports and observes it all, and then they can't lift 95 pounds, does that discount their opinion on sports when, in your mind, when that happens?
Just ask the Chicago people that responded to the video. Of course it does.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassment. I think I would have said it's a fireable offense, but I'm not the president of the company.
I'm not either.
So. But he did text me and said he is willing to do whatever. But, Gabe, the problem is, if what you say is true, I'm not going all in unless he's all in.
Well, because, again, it goes back to Saturday, Chew. So this all happened late last week.
Yes. Will, that hit my TikTok algorithm, Will's TikTok on
So
this.
he had asked Will for some help. He fills in for Joshy when he's not here. Will's all over the place, host of Marquette College Game Day, Will Summers. He's like, hey, let's work out on Saturday morning. So Will's like, all right, sweet. Like, Will gets up, goes for like a pre-workout run just to kind of get loose. And while he's on the run, Strofe texts him, hey, my arms are tired. I'm not going to make it. And then we later find out, Joshy, who was texting you late on Friday night?
11:34 p.m., I believe was the time. I got just a bar, the name of a bar, Monica's.
With a question mark.
Yes. And he has not connected those two things, being out late and not feeling recovered.
I think he should just lean into it. I think that should just be his thing.
So he should not try to better himself in terms of the weight room.
Correct. He should just be the guy, like the highest leverage, biggest difference of sports analyst to least athleticism. And each year when he does the combine, it should validate, wow, you're so good at sports talk for someone who's that bad of an athlete. Because how good of an athlete is he ever going to be at this point?
That's fair.
See, based on the text that I got, I think he's getting pressure from his girlfriend, fiance, who might be like...
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think that's... I think that's you...
I know her well enough.
I think that's wishful thinking on your part.
Okay.
Because I know that's something that you tried to put out there, like, man, how does his fiance stay with him after this? I think that's you having some wishful thinking and trying to manifest that.
Okay. Well, he should be scared.
Craig, we appreciate you stopping by, putting up with the nonsense.
Thanks, guys.
Craig Karmazin. His appearance is brought to you by Saturn Lounge each and every Friday. Wisconsin, it's finally here. Yuengling has officially launched in Wisconsin after 197 years. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, family-owned and operated for 6 generations. Now available at your favorite bars, restaurants, and beer aisles across Wisconsin. I'm off. I'm usually not off on Friday nights. Probably going to be finding a fish fry somewhere. I'm going to be drinking a Yuengling with that. If not, well, I've got some back in the mini fridge at home. You should be picking some up as well. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, family-owned and operated for 6 generations, and now officially in Wisconsin. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Feeling lucky? Then roll into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee this March for Lucky Rollers. Every Thursday, we're giving away over $70,000 in prizes. Play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries, and you can roll out with $550 in reward play. Or get lucky and win your share of $16,000 in cash. Lucky Rollers, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years.
I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You called them a white stiff earlier.
From one white stiff to another? I'm pretty well versed in the realm of stiffs.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows or doors, now is the time. Because Pella of Wisconsin offering 0% interest financing all the way until 2032. That's right, 0% interest until 2032. In Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Do all three of those things. That's what happened with me this winter. It's been a tough winter, brutal winter. We had so many consecutive days where it felt like it was below zero earlier. And my energy bill, great, because of the new front door that I put in last year from Pella Windows and Doors, Wisconsin. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and your budget. And with 0% interest until 2032, upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today. Chewy, you own and have invested at this point in your life in a lot of businesses, right? And when you're a business, you got to meet the customers and meet the people where they're at. That's why we're not just a radio show anymore, right? Like we've got the YouTube stream. You can find us, with the ESPN Wisconsin app. We try to make the show as available as possible because in an increasing digital world, we've got to meet people where they're at. That's a basic business principle, correct?
Yes.
So I think the youth should be learning, you got to meet your customers where they're at. That's a good policy to have, right?
Yes, if you're in the retail business, yes, very important.
So there's a New Jersey Girl Scout troop that apparently is in a bit of hot water, and the New York Post trying to figure out with exactly whom, because this Girl Scout troop had set up outside of a cannabis dispensary in New Jersey because, you have a little bit of their product inside. Maybe you get the munchies. Girl Scout cookies seem to be a great spot, right? Girl Scout cookies are going to hit the spot. But now they're apparently in trouble because they set up, you see this all the time here. Like, usually they'll set up outside of a grocery store, right? Either going in or out, buy a box of Girl Scout cookies. Like, this is to me trying to meet your customers where they're at. This is just smart marketing by this Girl Scout troop to try to set up outside of a cannabis dispensary and sell some Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, you got to go where the people are at. Obviously, there must be a lot of people going in and out of there.
So this happened on February 20th, where they sold. They had planned to return today, still apparently unclear if they will, and not exactly known which local troop had set up this business-savvy booth Girl Scouts of Central and Southern New Jersey didn't immediately respond to the Post request for comment. What's wrong with this? Like, it's a legal business. What's wrong with setting outside the cannabis shop?
I can think of worse places to set up outside of.
Like, this is the Girl Scouts are swinging and missing here. A great job by the troop. I want to give kudos to the troop.
All right, if it was outside of a liquor store, would there be as much pushback?
I mean, many of those grocery stores sell liquor.
Yeah, right? But I go to the one on, I've seen it so many times, at the Pick and Save over on Ogden there. Like, the liquor store is right next to the entrance where the Girl Scout, like, they could not be any closer. So what's the difference?
I mean, obviously, it's legal in New Jersey.
It's legal. It's been legal in New Jersey since 2022. Yep.
Yeah.
And it is illegal for children to consume it, just like alcohol.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're taking advantage of, the people that are using that product because maybe they're going to want yours. That's just, again, smart marketing.
Also, you're making the customers of that business probably happy too.
Right?
They go in, buy themselves some pot, come out and say, what would pair great with my Thin Mints? My peanut butter patties. What would go nice? And then you got yourself a few boxes.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, I can't believe this is...
People are going to comment on whatever,
Yeah, Girl Scouts just putting up a stink because...
it's not like they're inside the business and handling the weed.
No. Again, I don't see this as setting... It's a legal business. It's the same as setting up outside any other legal business. It doesn't... Yeah. Good on them. Because I'm guaranteeing you, how many of our boxes they brought, they were walking back with zero. I'm promising you they sold out the first time.
No, I'm sure they did.
Jason Wilde. Coming up next, 2 minutes, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
All right, westbound 894. That's got backups coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way past Loomis. On the northbound side of 4394, you got backups from Howard Avenue up past Oklahoma. Then back on the brakes as you're making your way onto the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, you've got backups from 30th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is going to be slowing down from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. A dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin. Otherwise, rounds of rain and thunderstorms. Some afternoon thunderstorms could be strong to severe today. A high of 58 at the lakefront, 65 inland. Tonight, showers and storms, cloudy and windy with lows of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story. We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI-HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that This guy's on the field. He changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. And he's joining us right now on the Yuengling Hotline. Yuengling, now officially in Wisconsin, family owned and operated for 6 generations. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. What's happening, Jason?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for accommodating me today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I read your piece over on Channel 3000. I saw the video you shared from Channel 3 and you jumping on their 10 o'clock newscast last night, Jason. What were your initial thoughts when you saw the unfortunate news of the passing of Bob Harlan yesterday at the age of 89?
Yeah, first of all, I hope I can do a better job of keeping it together than I did when I was talking to Homer last night. I had a friend of mine let me know earlier in the week that Bob was not doing well and that this was the eventuality. And in journalism, you're supposed to be able to write obituaries beforehand. So then when that news happens, the story's ready to go. And a real professional would have been able to do that. I was not. And for 2 days, I stared at a blank screen and started stuff and then deleted it and then started stuff again. And, I've gotten to cover and I've gotten to know a lot of remarkable people because of this career. And I don't think any of them were as fine of a human being as Bob Harlan was. And he managed to do transformative things for this organization while also always being kind and humble. He just was a remarkable man. And, and Paula knows this because I've talked to her about it before. He was obviously so wonderful to me, and I always viewed him as like the epitome of what kind of person I wanted to be. And I definitely fall short of that standard far more often than I would like. But he was truly an inspiration. And it was really, even though I knew it was coming, it was still really, really hard when someone let me know the news last night. And so, look, I don't think it can be understated how important he is in the history of the Green Bay Packers. And yes, Bob, Ron Wolf is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Reggie White is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Brett Favre is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Someday, Aaron Rodgers will be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And quite frankly, Mike Holmgren should already be in there, if not for that stupid rule change that didn't get any attention when he was kept out, but then suddenly got plenty of attention when Belichick was kept out. All those people, it all started because of Bob Harlan. The level of dysfunction, I'm actually across the street from Lambeau Field right now, the level of dysfunction in that organization that he changed, I'm not even sure that team is still here if he doesn't become president in 1989. That's how transformative he was. And I just hope that for all the great things that all those other people accomplished, and believe me, they are titans of Packers history. I just thought it was important to make sure that everyone understood that it all started with him, the renaissance that has now been going on for more than 35 years and has Packers fans expecting a Super Bowl contender each and every year, because that was definitely not the case for those of us that grew up in the States in the 70s and 80s and know just how bad it was.
Jason, do you think if he was the owner of the Packers, like the 31 other teams, he'd be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
That's a good question, Chu. I mean, I just don't think on a national level, I don't think people understand how important he was. And I saw, the Packers sent out a bunch of quotes from different people, and I had texted with a few people, but I saw that they included quotes from Peter King, and I was thankful that someone with a much higher profile than me said what needed to be said. I mean, look, the hiring of Ron Wolf and the hiring of Vince Lombardi are the two things that are almost undeniably the most important things that this organization did in the last 75 years, 100 years. And, I love, Bob had so many stories, but him telling the story of when Ron Wolf was brought here in 1986, 87, whatever the year was.
The first time around, yeah.
The first time, and him knowing from the jump with Judge Perrins that this was not going to work, and not having full authority, and Bob knowing that the next time around when he fired Tom Bratz and it was time for a new general, his list was one person, and he was not going to stop until Ron took the job. And then that was the domino, right? And you know this because Ron drafted you, but he hires Holmgren, he trades for Favre. A year later, he signs Reggie White. Then you guys win Super Bowl 31. And again, I would never, ever, 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 ever take away how vital Ron Wolf is to this team's history, because he was the one who did all that. But without Bob Harlan being smart enough to hire him, I think we can look at the track record of this organization and say that if someone else had been president, they probably would have screwed it up. And he certainly did not.
So, Jason, with all of that, as Jason joins us on the Yingling hotline, even with all the success they had in the 90s, they didn't have the financial stability that they have now. And they needed a redevelopment plan for Lambeau Field in 2000, and they needed taxpayer money because they didn't have $600 million in the kitty like they do now. Without Bob's efforts, I don't believe that legislation passes. And if they don't renovate Lambeau, are the Packers still in Green Bay?
No. And I know that there'll be shareholders that say, oh, well, they're not allowed to move. They couldn't move. Look, what have we learned about the NFL? If they want to make something happen, or in some cases make something disappear, they do, right? I mean, I was, Chu, and I love you like a brother, and you make jokes about the concussion thing. But I was flipping through channels the other day, and Concussion, the movie, was on with Will Smith. Tell the truth, which is what led to.
I was about to say, is that why you dropped it yesterday?
In the week. Yes, that's exactly why. And it's incredible. Like, we don't even talk about that anymore, right? Like, that is completely, so and so's in the concussion protocol, and what a great job by the NFL to make sure these guys are being taken care of. Yeah. Because they didn't give a damn about these guys for a really long time, and they essentially covered up how much they didn't give a damn about them, right? So if they were able to do that, do we really think that they were incapable of pulling this team out of the smallest market in North American sports? If they were a financial drain on the league, of course they would have done it, right? And I'm sitting in the Resh Expo Center across the street. The girls have a gymnastics meet. And none of this stuff is here. Titletown's not here. This Expo Center's not here. The Resh Center, this town, people talk about like the cities where automakers left, or Pittsburgh and the challenges it faced with the steel industry. Without this football team, I don't know what this town is.
Yeah.
And I don't think people, again, I kind of leaned on a story that I had done in 2003 about Bob for my final version of his obit today. And I don't think people understand how incessantly he pursued getting that referendum passed. Like, remember, it was 53-47. That means a 3-point swing, and it's a coin flip. And he would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go to the paper mills and the factories every day and greet guys that were coming on shift and shake their hand and say, I hope you'll vote for this. Then he would go to diners all around town and other hot spots and talk to people. Then he would go door to door in different neighborhoods. Then he would go back to his Lambeau Field office and field calls, which, as we well know, he answered his own phone, and try to explain to each fan that called to complain about this 0.5% sales tax that they were trying to get passed, why it was vital. And, he had friends, and Madeline has told the story many times. They were worried. Like, I'm glad he made it to 89 because 25 years ago, they were all worried about him getting past that referendum. And so, again, I don't, you guys know I don't trade in hyperbole very often, and you certainly had a relationship with him as a player. Like, he was the real deal. He was as authentic as there has ever been a human that I've known.
Jason, I know it's early, but you would expect the Packers to honor him in some way, maybe a Bob Uecker type thing that the Brewers did with honoring him.
Yes, I don't know what their plans are, and frankly, I had talked to him maybe a month ago. I would talk to him every couple of months. As I said to Homer, I didn't want to be a pest, but I just loved talking to him. Right? I mean, I remember the girls were little, and we would get their pictures taken at the picture people in the mall, and he was one of those mall walkers in retirement. And I swear to God, every time we went to get their pictures taken, he was there, and he would stop in, and he would talk to them, and our session would be interrupted by the former team president and CEO. And so I know that he was doing, he was explaining how he had neuropathy in his legs, and so it's hard for him to walk, and he was so frustrated by that. And this came on somewhat suddenly, and so I wasn't prepared for it, and quite frankly, I don't think the Packers were fully prepared for it, and rightfully not. So I don't know what their plans are. Again, to understand who he was, when they named the plaza outside of the Lambeau Field atrium in his honor, I mean, all he could talk about was how ridiculous it was that these mammoth statues of the two biggest icons of the franchise in Lombardi and Lambeau were standing over a plaza named for him. And of course, with a play on words, he said how monumentally honored he was. And that was him. And look, I've certainly been around enough people that are, faux humble and inauthentic, and they say things that sound good but don't really mean them. He was as authentic as anyone I've ever known, and yes, I don't know what they will do to honor him. The plaza is certainly one thing, but he deserves so much more.
Jason, I said this at the start of the show, and I never met Bob. My feelings for him are shaped in large part because of the way you talk about him, the way that Chewy talks about him, but because of all the things that he did that we just discussed. If those things don't happen, I don't know if we have the show that we have, because Chewy's not a 3-time, Packer Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if this show exists. I don't know if your show exists. And that's the type of impact he ultimately had. I never met him, and he has a huge impact on my life because of everything that he did with the Green Bay Packers.
I did not. Obviously, I didn't want to bother anyone. I understood what they were going through the last few days, but I know that his sons Kevin and Michael and Brian were talking during this time, and obviously they were full of grief and sadness. but I don't know if it was Kevin or who it was that said, but think about the life Dad led. And to your point, like, I probably would still be covering the Packers, but think about
Would you, Jason? The Packers might not exist.
Yeah, I'd be covering them in Nashville. But let's say they don't leave and they're just bad all the time.
Yeah.
Like, think about, like, my 30-year tenure covering this team. What have I covered? Like 4 losing seasons? Like, it is.
No,
it
not
is
even that.
Let's see, 05.
05 and the last 05, Rodgers'
17.
first year, and Rodgers. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, it is 4. I forgot about 17.
I think about that, and like, I've gotten to tell to your point about the impact, the butterfly effect of him on all of our lives. Like, this is a great job. I love everything I've done, and I want to keep doing it for another 20 years so I can get to 50 seasons. But would I be doing that if I was covering the Jacksonville Jaguars?
No.
Right? Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how those guys write different stories every week about the same losing team.
Yeah, shout out to our guy Tony Grossi in Cleveland.
Yeah, there's another great example. So again, I'm just so grateful to him, and like I said in my in my piece on Channel 3 last night, I held up the book that Drew Olson and I did. That Drew Olson twisted my arm to help rescue him from a assignment he was clearly not understanding how daunting it was. And the book was out during COVID, so nobody bought it, nobody read it. But the best thing I ever did was ask Bob to write the foreword, and for him to tell me that it was a true honor to do that. I mean, I was the one who was honored, and for him to say that is one of the many things I will always cherish about him.
Jason, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your vulnerability talking about a great friend of yours, and we appreciate it. Thank you, bud.
Thanks, buddy. Love you.
Almost made it to the end there. Dang it. All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, again, sharing his thoughts on the passing of the legend, Bob Harlan. And Shu, to your point, I know the names they put up on the facade are Hall of Famers. And I don't think he's ever going to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame because he's a team president, right? He's not looked at as the same as an owner.
Yeah.
But if that dude's responsible for the building, I know we've got the plaza. Let's put his name up there with everybody else because that's where he should be.
And the crazy thing, and I was going to ask Jason because he'd been around there since 95 or whatever. I wish you could see what Oneida looked like in 1992.
I can't imagine.
I wish you could see it. I remember this like it was yesterday. The players never got so excited because they were putting in Applebee's on Oneida. And not only the stadium, the changes made to that city, he is a huge part of that. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Great man.
Appreciate the time from Jason as we continue to talk about the green and gold and everything else. Coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
All right, westbound 894. That's got backups coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way past Loomis. On the northbound side of 4394, you got backups from Howard Avenue up past Oklahoma, then back on the brakes as you're making your way onto the high-rise bridge. Westbound 94, you've got backups from 30th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is going to be slowing down from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin. Otherwise, rounds of rain and thunderstorms. Some afternoon thunderstorms could be strong to severe today. A high of 58 at the lakefront, 65 inland. Tonight, showers and storms, cloudy and windy with lows of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Are you ready for $10 table games, the return of an iconic buffet, and Friday fish fries that would make a Wisconsinite proud? Hey, it's Jen Latta. Joining me now is Sarah Neubauer from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. All right, Sarah, there is a lot happening right now.
Thank you for having me. And there is. Between our anniversary celebration and new promotions on the casino floor, it's a great time to visit.
Let's start with something that will definitely get everyone's attention. $10 table games.
Yes, during March and April, guests can play $10 craps on Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That's a fun and approachable way to get in on the excitement. Now let's talk about something people have been waiting for. The buffet is back.
It's back, and it's bringing all-you-can-eat crab with it. Join us on Friday, March 13th in the Event Center from 4 to 10 p.m. We're having a throwback feast featuring iconic buffet favorites.
That announcement is going to make a lot of people happy. And in Wisconsin, Friday means fish fry.
Absolutely. Friday fish fries are back now through April 3rd across the property. Head to Canal Street Cafe for crab cake eggs Benedict. Dreamland Steakhouse is serving Midwest fish fry. Potawatomi Marketplace has a fish sandwich. Rockin' Brews has a beer battered fish and chips. And Potawatomi Sportsbook is offering a classic Wisconsin fish fry.
So you could try a new fish fry every week at Potawatomi, and you'll have dinner plans for over a month.
Exactly. Whether you want a classic, elevated, or something in between, we have it. Come try them all.
All right, Sarah, with $10 tables, the anniversary celebration buffet, and fish fries across the property, where can everyone go to learn more?
Potawatomi.com.
That's POTAWATOMI.com.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Bumble is a dating app.
It's tuna.
I love tuna. I had some last night.
How do you eat your tuna?
Can we, for once, grow up on this show?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Craving big, bold flavor? Oh, just head to Piggly Wiggly because this week only Screamin' Sicilian original pizzas are just $4.99. We're talking about that classic buttery, stone-fired crust, loads of toppings, whole milk mozzarella, and, of course, the over-the-top flavor Screamin' Sicilian is famous for. Perfect time to stock up because, say it with me, more toppings, more flavor, more is amore. But hurry. This deal's only at Piggly Wiggly, and it goes through March 10th. So you want to take advantage of this, stock up. Just think about all the things that happen in March, all those sporting events that you're going to want something great. Don't have to put in a ton of effort. Just slide it in the oven, pull it out, and you've got a great pizza. And with Screamin' Sicilian Originals, you're never going to be disappointed. Screamin' Sicilian Original Pizzas. Grab them for only $4.99 while they last at Piggly Wiggly.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play The Week in Rechew.
All right, big guy, how are we feeling today?
I feel good.
You're a little cranky this morning.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. You had kind of a Monday attitude on a Friday. And as we had a caller on the Carbless Talk and text line, 800-990-3776. Ryan from McGuanago pointing out, we started and we've talked a lot about Bob Harlan today. He said, I thought there was no bad news on Fridays.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, technically, the bad news came on Thursday, so I think we're just talking about it. Does that fit your no bad news Friday?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
We can call it the Bob Harlan rule. He surpasses. He takes precedent over previous.
Yeah, he kind of does.
I like it. The Bob Harlan rule.
Because everything's been, other than passing, been pretty shiny and great stories and just lamenting how wonderful a man he was. So.
All right, we've got 5 questions here, Chew, quizzing you on the things you said throughout the course of the week. You get 3 right, you win. You get 3 wrong, you lose. You ready to go?
Yep.
Joshy, question number 1.
That's what happens when your wife doesn't listen to you.
What didn't your wife listen to you about?
That's a long list. Just this week? I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
What day?
That was
Josh.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
What she didn't listen to me about?
She didn't listen to you about.
It was a big thing.
Yeah, you were kind of rooting for it to happen. Just so you could say, I told you so.
I don't remember. You know why? Because I got this stuck in my head. It's just grinding me.
What do you got stuck in your head?
She needs an oil change, right? So I took my truck in this week to get the oil change. Guys are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Great guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine has to go to the dealership. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, okay? These guys can do it. Well, it voids the warrant. No, it doesn't. Trust me, okay? Because the problem with bringing it to a dealership, Gabe, got to go there. Got to drop the car off.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be brought back home.
Mhm.
And then 9 hours later, I have to go and get the car. You know what my oil place does?
You just sit in the car while they do it?
15 minutes, you're in and out. Thank you very much. That's what I can't get out of my head.
Well,
so tell me what else.
The hole in your roof that was discovered by our friends at Infinity Exteriors. And then you went on saying that you were actually kind of rooting for it to collapse.
Oh.
Then that way you could say, I told you so.
But I can't get the oil change out of my head.
Shout out Infinity Exteriors.
Yeah. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows,
Oh,
all backed by their lifetime workmanship guarantee, warranty, infinityexteriors.com. Yeah, you had a great experience with them, too.
Unbelievable. Definitely recommend them. Seamless, price points, everything's spot on.
All right. Off to a rough start. Question number 2, Joshy.
I might be an idiot, but I'm not stupid. Now, that was yesterday. These are hard, Josh.
So this was actually Wednesday. What did you actually accurately say? You're an idiot, but not stupid. Why did you say that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I should say
I
it
can't
more.
believe you didn't get this one.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling it today, Josh. I don't know.
You're an idiot, but you're not stupid. After you pranked us. The Brett Favre prank phone call that you pulled on us earlier this week.
I thought that one was a layup.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
It's too good of a quote not to air, so I was like, well, I'll just bite the bullet. We're down 1.
She's been gone all week.
Okay. So you're a little backed up?
Yeah. Yeah, so don't anticipate me.
Well, I mean, when that happened to Costanza, it made him a genius.
But he's not an idiot. I'm an idiot.
Question number 3, Josh.
What I think people were cooler like in my generation than they are today. Oh, that's a true statement.
What phrase did you teach us all this week that may or may not be something other people said as well?
Got nothing.
It was a phrase. Maybe it was...
Is a phrase pertaining to the 90s, 2000?
Yeah, because I was wearing something earlier this week.
Oh, attitude glasses?
All right. Had to spoon feed him. Wow.
Okay.
But we got him on the board.
Don't laugh at me, Josh. Have you tried it in the coffee maker?
Sorry, that was test pop.
That's question
Underwear?
number 4, Chew. What are some people doing with hotel coffee makers?
Putting their underwear. Have you tried it in the coffee maker? That is disgusting.
That's very
though.
disgusting.
I mean, hold on. I do some disgusting stuff. I'll
Correct.
admit.
Yep. I would agree.
But that is just
That's
like
next level. Yeah. That's next level. Because most of the disgusting things you do, I mean, yeah, there's some collateral damage to people around you, but most of the disgusting stuff you do is just to yourself.
Yes, but let me just say this. If I'm on the road and my underwear is that bad to a point where it needs to be washed,
you're throwing it away.
I'm throwing the stuff away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, undies aren't that expensive.
Josh?
Yeah, I mean...
Going commando?
In an emergency, most places have wash machines you can use.
Yeah.
Or laundry services.
Right, or I'll just go buy more.
Yeah.
Again, underwear is one of those things that...
If it's that desperate,
yeah,
I'll figure out a way.
Desperate times, desperate measures.
Coffee maker isn't the top 50 of options.
And I can tell you this, my underwear ain't fitting in that little basket. It just ain't.
Gonna need industrial, need to take it down to the kitchen.
Yes.
Question number 5.
I'm a big low road guy.
What was the curse we talked about that you decided that you are, and I quote, a big low road guy?
A curse?
Yep.
Nothing.
That would have been the L flag curse. The L flag curse.
Oh.
Our guy from ESPN Chicago, Sylvie, trying to make it a thing.
Stupid. Even the fact that he brought it up was, come on.
That was a tough showing from you.
What? Oh, is it over?
Yeah. Thank
How'd
God.
I do?
You went 0 for 5. We gave you 1.
Whoa. No. He got the underwear one. He got that one right away.
Oh, that's true.
He got the underwear and the coffee maker. So he legitimately got 1. If we want to be generous, he got 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
1 for
poor
5.
effort.
It happens.
We got Friday, Chew. It's.
But usually this is like, I guess the weather's nice enough down there now in Florida where this is summer Chew. This is summer Friday Chew. Yeah. Uh-huh. He's daydreaming about other things. Maybe, had a little Thirsty Thursday action.
He's thinking.
I like her gone for 2 days, but 5 is, that's pushing it. And she really doesn't do anything other than work.
But you just like having her around.
Yeah.
And she keeps you in line.
Yeah. Tracking her plane right now. I might have to push back the workout. Although I got a haircut.
Your life is.
What's that?
Your life is
But
something.
you understand. I mean, him pushing back the workout, Josh, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's how I know. This marriage ain't going anywhere, Josh. That's true love. If Chewy's pushing back the workout to pick her up from the airport, there's no for or true. Yeah.
What do I got to do today? I've got to go to the other part of my house to do a radio show for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I got to go to the gym and get a haircut. My day is stacked. I should have been.
Yeah, you know what you do. You know what? You miss me. You miss.
We do. I do.
Yeah,
I'll admit
I
it.
know.
Yeah, I admit it.
I know.
I'm bummed that I'm going to miss you being up here in a couple
I'm speaking
weeks.
from a place of jealousy.
More Jed, Gabe, and Chewy coming up next.
Are you looking for a weight loss option that works, a weight loss option that will change your life? I wanted real goals, real change, and I decided 2026 is the year I look and feel my best. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. I've lost more than 30 pounds to this point, and it is still coming off. I've lost a pant size, and I'm trying all sorts of new and fun foods. Doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program where you can lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two safely and naturally and keep it off. Using real food and proprietary natural and safe products to help patients reset their metabolism, control hunger and cravings naturally, and help their body burn fat, not muscle, like GLP-1s do. No lifetime medications, no recurring supply costs. This program is different. No intense workouts, prepackaged meals, counting calories or points. No drugs, surgery, or injections. Just a proven metabolic reset. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980. That's 262-235-3980, or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound 94 got some backups just west of 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, the eastbound side from 84th Street to about Hawley Road, and then a little bit of a backup northbound 4394 starting around Lincoln all the way up to the base of the high-rise bridge. Once you get past that, you're good to go all the way to the North Shore. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, A dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. for all of southeast Wisconsin. Otherwise, rounds of rain and thunderstorms. Some afternoon thunderstorms could be strong to severe today. A high of 58 at the lakefront, 65 inland. Tonight, showers and storms, cloudy and windy with lows of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Are you tired of the side effects that come with GLP-1 weight loss medications? The monthly cost, the injections, and the pressure of staying on a drug long-term just to keep the weight off? What if there was another way? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we offer a doctor-supervised drug-free alternative designed for people who want real sustainable weight loss without relying on ongoing monthly prescriptions. No lifetime medications, no recurring supply costs, just a safe, structured program focused on lasting results. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com today to schedule your free consultation. Lose the weight and keep it off.
Josh DiMaggio here, and I've been on this journey since January, and I am continuing to crush my weight loss goals thanks to the team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. I'm already down 30 pounds and am seeing real, lasting results.
With our Milwaukee Weight Loss program, we've helped thousands of people right here in our area lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month and keep it off. Schedule your free consultation today at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
The Greater Milwaukee Golf Show, presented by Old Fashioned Golf, is back at the Mosh Performance Center in Franklin, March 13th through the 15th. The show has been reimagined with a simple goal: turn it into Wisconsin's ultimate golf party. That's why Vibes Golf Club, a group of golf-loving former Badger football players, including Melvin Gordon, will be at the show all 3 days. Plus, Bridgestone will be doing some ball fittings, and Carl's Place will be powering Simulator Alley. To learn more, log on to GreaterMilwaukeeGolfShow.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Look, you take Jesus and the presents out, and it's not even in the top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you take sex out of the anniversary, then that's not that fun either.
On 94.5 ESPN.
On the Carlos Talk and Text line, we do have Jerry asking, where is Jen this morning? Because, again, she was off last week down in the Caribbean. Well, she's off today, Chew, because there is a team in college basketball that is trying to go 31-0 in the regular season. That's Miami of Ohio. They're taking on Ohio in Athens, and she is doing sideline reporting. So if you want to check out Jen, I believe that game's going to be, it's late tonight. It's like 8 or 9, but like 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN2. She's going to be doing sideline reporting.
If they go undefeated, what will their seed be?
It's a great question.
They won't be a 1.
No.
Will they?
I mean, I think they'll be lucky if they. I think that they'll be lucky if they crack single digits. Just the way people are talking about them. Yeah.
No, that's not fair.
People are trying to keep them out.
Yeah, like if they lose their conference tournament, people like Bruce Pearl are trying to keep them out of the tournament.
That's ridiculous.
I could not agree more. Let me tell you about our good friends at Events by Design. Boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. Creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work that they do, believing every event should not just be successful, but fun. One people still talk about years later. They implement fresh ideas for every detail from planning to production. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped companies execute successful events. They helped us at our golf outing. They've helped out with the night market, holiday market. So many great events here in Milwaukee. Events by Design has helped with. They can help you as well. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party. That's on me. I'll wear that one. Hand in the air. Should have gotten to that live read sooner. Then Chewy's microphone would have been on, and then we would have heard the big old sneeze.
It wasn't a sneeze. It was a cough.
Okay, whatever it was.
There's so many bodily function noises coming from his end at all times.
Yeah, but I usually get it in before you turn on my mic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was my fault because I started the segment. I needed to do the read, and because I started the segment, your mic had to be on in order for you to respond to me. So that's why I'm taking responsibility for that one. That one's on me.
I think people want authenticity.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm giving them.
And that's what they get.
Unfortunately, you know where they don't get authenticity? Chew?
Where?
With Brian Gutekunst and the Green Bay Packers. I hope everybody enjoyed last year's Jair Alexander situation because now we've got the sequel featuring Elton Jenkins and Rashawn Gary. Two guys that we've talked about a ton here, Chew, but with the moves that the Packers made earlier this week with working on the contract of Xavier McKinney, freeing up just enough cap space, so now they are cap compliant, so they don't have to make any moves between now and when the new league year opens a week from Wednesday on March 11th. Packers don't have to do anything, which means there's no roster bonus due for either one of those guys. Usually that ends up kind of being a place where people got to determine, okay, where are we going to release these guys? Well, you got to do it before then because you're not going to pay the roster bonus. That doesn't apply to either one of these guys. So now they can just hold on to him for as long as they want.
All to try to trade him, which is not happening for either one of them.
Yeah. Right? There are, I forget where I saw this theory kind of floated, where if the Packers can, maybe they try to do this in an attempt to get either one or both to accept pay cuts. And if they don't accept pay cuts, like, okay, well, we're not going to release you at the beginning of free agency. We'll just wait and wait and wait. And then release you at the end after a lot of that money's gone.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That was one theory. Again, I don't know if I don't subscribe to it, but it's a theory that I saw that made sense.
I mean, I'd love to have Elton Jenkins back, but back at guard.
Well, that's just not. I mean, unless they do something with Aaron Banks, which I feel like they would have done by now.
Would you take Jenkins over Banks if it was just a wash? If they got cap relief, and then obviously you're not going to pay Elton.
Yeah, if you could make the money work somehow, some way, which I'm just not sure how you can at that point. Yes, I would take.
The Banks it's locked in for a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
No, I know. But I'm just saying
you
to
can
think
make it cheaper, but you can't save it.
To think that Elton Jenkins is washed up at 30 or 31 is stupid.
Yeah, no, he's going to go back to left guard.
The dude can still play.
Yeah, he's going to go back to left guard and be a
Pro Bowl level,
a productive player for somebody else,
and that's someone will pay him.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. But we're going to sit here and wait and wait and wait, and it seems like Elton Jenkins nobody has hope for. I don't know if it's because the way that things played out last year, and he wanted the guaranteed money, didn't get the guaranteed money, and they can just walk away and save the $30 million.
You could make a case if Aaron Banks wasn't here. That's the big difference.
Yes. But because cornerback specifically was like, well, they do need bodies at that position. Maybe they can make it work with Jair. And I feel that's honestly what a lot of people are doing right now with Rashawn Gary as well. Well, yeah, they've got Micah Parsons. They still need more bodies. Maybe they can make it work with Rashawn Gary. But I think it's going to have ultimately the same result that we saw with Jair Alexander. Maybe we convince ourselves he's going to stick around, and then Goody's going to go, okay, we're done with this. Can't get anyone to trade for him. See you later. But I don't know why anyone would trade for either one of those guys.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
When they know, I mean, Jair was enough of an example last year. They just waited it out until they had to cut him. I mean, teams aren't stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only difference here is, and I mean no disrespect to Jair on this, I think both of them probably carry more relative value to other teams in terms of, with Jair, you had no idea what you were getting, and a lot of people had the idea of what they were getting, and then it was exactly that, a guy who wasn't down the field and was even healthy scratched in some instances. Like Elton Jenkins, if you've got a left guard problem, that's plug and play.
Yeah.
And if you can be the exclusive rights and then try and, negotiate some sort of extension out of what his contract comes with, like there's some value there.
But the problem with him is all of the money is in the base salary this year, which is why the Packers can just walk away because the base salary is not guaranteed.
Yeah. Right.
So they can just walk away with the contract with minimal eating of money on the salary cap.
And then Rashawn Gary is just edge rushers are edge rushers.
So that's a more tradable contract because, yes, the Packers are eating money, but the base number is not that large. So I could see somebody potentially stepping up. But again, I think they just or we can just wait and sign him for whatever cheaper than his base salary is even now.
It takes more than one team because one team, if it's only one team that wants him, they're going to say, hell with it.
Yeah.
Cut him. It's got to be multiple teams.
Well, honestly, Chew, I think multiple teams would want Rashawn Gary.
I don't think so.
I think multiple teams would want Rashawn.
At what number?
That's the caveat. That's the caveat there. A lot of teams, I think, would be interested in him as a depth rotational piece. Because, again, he's not an A player. He's getting paid like one. But he still had, 8.5, 7.5, whatever it was. It wasn't 0 sacks. Yeah, it was 0 sacks over the last 10 games. But he's still somebody who's going to get you some production, just not worth what he's currently making. And that's where, again, if somebody goes, yeah, that base is probably worth it, maybe we can give up a conditional 7th. But you're not getting a ton in return.
No, you're not. And my concern with the offensive line, you'll know they'll go out and get a center if they don't get Ryan. But who's backing up these positions? Who's your backup center? Jacob Monk? Who's your backup left tackle, Gabe? Who's on the roster right now that is your backup left tackle?
I guess it's Donovan Jennings? Question mark?
How do you feel about that?
Not great. Not great at all.
Kadeem Telfort? Those are real names, by the way.
Those are real names. Not made up.
You may not have heard them.
No, they are. I can confirm. You go to Packers.com, you'll see their picture and everything. They're real people. Yeah, it's not great, which is why I keep coming back to offensive line. Like, the Packers are going to need help there. And if they actually dive into free agency, Chew, then we could potentially see Elton or Rashawn Gary released.
They're not active first round. I mean, first go around of free agency.
I would doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt that.
Yeah, so would I.
Tired of always waking up exhausted? Dad bod's starting to weigh on you? Finding it harder to get excited about basically anything? If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, it might not be that you're just getting older. That's what I told myself for years. Good chance your hormones and metabolism are out of balance. So this new year, let's get back to the old you. I know you remember that guy, sharp at work, full of energy, fun, the one that people enjoyed being around. That's where my friends at Mentality come in. I've worked with Mentality now for years. They've helped me. I've got a busy schedule. I need energy. Sometimes it's early in the morning. Sometimes it's late at night. I don't just get through the day. I'm able to attack the day because of Mentality. They're not a macho, low-T bro clinic. No, human-centered. Missions to figure out what's really going on with your brain and your body. Mentality starts by listening, running real labs, explaining your results in plain English. And my favorite parts, it is a customized, personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and FDA-approved peptide treatments to help get your body and brain back on track, getting your testosterone levels where they need to. It's not just one size fits all. So stop telling yourself and everyone around you that you're fine. Right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plans. Savings $250 right out of the gate. Reclaim the old you, the younger you, with Mentality.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You asked and Carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new Carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your Carbless and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Excuse me. Hold on. Getting choked up over it. So, hold on. Give me a moment.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Greater Milwaukee Golf Show presented by Old Fashioned Golf. It is back. It's been completely reimagined, taking place March 13th through the 15th at Mosh Performance Center in Franklin. It's going to be Wisconsin's ultimate golf party. Get your VIP tickets now, just $50 at GreaterMilwaukeeGolfShow.com. Those VIP tickets, you get a dozen golf balls, a round of golf, and much more. But we're going to give you general admission tickets. Caller 4 for general admission tickets for the Greater Milwaukee Golf Show at 800-990-3776. It's the Greater Milwaukee Golf Show presented by Old Fashioned Golf. Again, a lot of stuff happening over the last 24 hours. But one of the more interesting things, Chew, and I just don't know whether or not what to do with it, because it's not coming from, I guess, a reporter. I wouldn't consider Stephen A. Smith a reporter, but he said yesterday on his show on SiriusXM that it seems to be his understanding that Doc's going to retire at the end of the year. That this is going to be it for Doc Rivers. And I don't know if that's a report. I don't know if that's Stephen A. expressing his opinion. But he believes that Doc Rivers is going to be retiring after the Bucs season ends.
He wouldn't say that recklessly, would he?
I don't think so. But again, the part where it gets gray with Stephen A., like if it's coming from Shams, like Shams is a reporter, he's usually giving out reporting. Every once in a while, he'll throw his opinion in something.
Yeah.
But usually it's, hey, Shams is reporting this. It's not like Stephen A. was reporting it, and because he does First Take and he does... So it's just tough to know if he's just speculating or if he actually does have... I mean, dude knows plenty of people in the NBA where, oh, yeah, Doc's going to retire at the end of the year. But it'd be interesting that nobody else has really heard those whisperings other than Stephen A.
Well, if it does happen, what do you think that does for Giannis's future in Milwaukee?
I'm not sure because it seems like him and Doc have a pretty good relationship.
Would they just... Let's just say it does. Would they promote
Darvin Ham? I think you would have. I think that would be possible because even you have to remember that Darvin does have a history with the Bucs back when he was the top lead assistant under Mike Budenholzer. So he's got a history with the Bucs and Giannis, and I think Darvin would certainly would be on the short list. Whether or not Giannis sticks around, I think Darvin would be on the short list of people the Bucs would want to interview.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out. When do they play next?
Bucks play again tomorrow. They've got a back-to-back Saturday, Sunday inside Fiserv Forum.
Okay.
Jazz are up next.
Is that a win? Does it matter?
I would like to say yes, Chew. I really want to say yes.
The Jazz are really trying to lose.
Yeah, I mean, but so were the Bulls.
Uh-huh.
And the Bulls beat the Bucks by over 20. Yeah. That's the tough part about the Bucks right now. Like I keep seeing this I can't remember what account it is. I don't know if it's Tom Habistro, who's been around the NBA forever. He's like posting the bottom 10 teams in the NBA saying, oh, they've got a collective 44-game losing streak going on right now. And you see all those teams that are tanking, Chew, and then there's the Bucks who are on that list who are not trying to tank.
That's not good.
No, you're trying, and you're a part of that list. It's tough. It's tough. So Giannis asked the question, what are you playing for? We'll see what the effort is like tomorrow night. It's a couple of big games. They win the next two. Again, maybe you can build some momentum and try to make something happen over the final 21, no matter how steep of a hill it is to climb. Wilde and Tausch coming up next.
Westbound 94 got some backups just west of 27th Street.